20 different shots. From elegant drives to insane scoops, defensive blocks that save matches and power hits that win them. Batting has evolved from textbook technique to absolute madness, and in this video, we are breaking down every single shot you need to know. This is every cricket shot, explained in 21 minutes. Forward defense, a defensive shot where you block the ball with a dead bat. Everyone thinks the forward defense is boring, but I'm about to show you why Rahul Dravid's defense was actually his most aggressive weapon. The forward defense is literally the shot that breaks bowlers mentally. No amount of good bowling can get through a solid defense, and trust me, bowlers absolutely hate batters who can defend for hours, because it means they have to work twice as hard for your wicket. Here's what nobody tells you: there's a massive difference between soft hands and hard hands when defending. Soft hands mean you're letting the ball hit the bat and drop dead at your feet. Hard hands mean you're pushing at it, and that's when edges happen. Just remember, step forward with your front foot, get your head over the ball, and present a dead bat with your hands relaxed. Don't reach for the ball, that's what everyone does wrong. Here's a pro tip: the best batters actually use the forward defense to score runs by pushing it into gaps with soft hands. Look at Cheteshwar Pujara's 2021 Gabba innings, where he defended for hours, frustrated the Australian bowlers completely, and India won the match. That's the power of defense. Backward defense, a shot where you rock back and block short balls. The backward defense isn't just about survival. It's the shot that literally saved Steve Smith's career against short-pitched bowling. When the ball is short of a good length, you need to get back quickly and get behind the line. But here's the thing most people get wrong: it's all about weight distribution. If your weight stays forward, you're getting hit or edging it. You need to transfer your weight onto your back foot, get your body behind the ball, and use soft hands to drop it safely. The key is playing with a straight bat, not an angled one, because angling the bat means edges. And here's what coaches barely mention: you can actually defend and still rotate strike by angling your bat slightly at the last second to guide it into gaps. Practice this and you'll never be stuck on one end. The leave. The art of not playing at the ball. Listen, the leave is literally the most underrated shot in cricket, and here's why. Leaving the ball frustrates bowlers more than blocking it because it shows you're in complete control. You're telling the bowler that their delivery isn't good enough to make you play, but the leave is actually an advanced skill that requires incredible judgment. You need to judge the line by watching the bowler's wrist position at release, not waiting for the ball to reach you. Steve Smith's leave looks weird because he exaggerates it, but it works, because he knows exactly where his off stump is. The risk with leaving is getting bowled, and we've all seen batters leave balls that hit the stumps. That's why you need to practice knowing your off stump position. Here's a pro tip: the best batters leave on length, not just line. If it's full, you play it. If it's short, you leave it. Simple as that. Straight drive, the most elegant shot in cricket, where you drive the ball straight back past the bowler. The straight drive isn't just about timing, it's about balance, and that's what made Sachin Tendulkar the absolute master of this shot. Everyone thinks it's about perfect timing, but I'm telling you, it's actually about keeping your head completely still and your balance perfect. The moment your head moves, your balance is gone and you're mistiming it. Here's Sachin's secret that nobody talks about. His head position stayed so still that coaches would show his footage in slow motion to prove it.
That was glorious. Broad bat of Sachin Tendulkar.
The technique is simple but hard to execute. Step forward to the pitch of the ball, keep your head over it, present the full face of the bat, and let your arms flow through. Don't try to hit it hard, that's the biggest mistake. The straight drive is about timing and placement, not power. And here's an advanced concept: there's a difference between the check drive and the full follow through. The check drive is when you stop your bat after contact, keeping the ball along the ground. The full follow through is when you let your bat swing through completely, and that's when you're driving on the up. Watch Tendulkar's straight drive to Shane Warne and you'll see perfection. Cover drive. The most stylish shot where you drive through the covers. Virat Kohli's cover drive is different from everyone else's, and here's why. It's all about his front shoulder position. When Kohli plays the cover drive, his front shoulder points exactly down the pitch, creating the perfect angle for the bat to flow through the ball. Most batters let their shoulder open up too early, and that's when they slice it or get caught. The technique is to lean into the shot with your weight on your front foot, Keep that front shoulder pointing down and let the bat come through in a perfect arc. But here's the advanced concept. Driving on the up is completely different from driving along the ground. Driving along the ground means you're getting to the pitch of the ball and keeping your head down. Driving on the up means you're hitting the ball before it reaches you, and that requires perfect timing, because one mistake and you're caught at cover. And here's what goes wrong: the false shot. That's when you're reaching for the ball instead of moving your feet, and you end up chipping it straight to the fielder. The art of the cover drive is making it look effortless, but trust me, it's not. It requires hours of practice to get that balance and timing right. On drive, a wristy drive towards mid-on. The on drive is rare because it requires wrist, work that most batters don't have. Kumar Sangakkara was the master of this shot because he used bottom hand dominance to perfection. The key is closing the bat face at the last second, using your bottom hand, redirecting the ball from middle stump towards mid-on. Most batters mess this up by playing across the line, and that's when you get LBW, or bowled. The technique is to get your front foot towards the ball, keep your head still, and use your wrist to turn the bat face inward. And here's a pro tip that Dhoni used. You can actually on-drive Yorkers for 6 by getting your front foot out of the way and whipping it with your wrists. It's all about bottom hand power and wrist speed. Pull shot, a horizontal bat shot to short balls on the leg side. Ricky Ponting was the best puller of all time, and here's his secret. It's not about power, it's about position. If you're in the wrong position, you can swing as hard as you want and you'll still mistime it. The key is to get back and across quickly, getting into position before the ball arrives. Then it's about rolling your wrists over the ball to keep it down, because hitting it in the air means you're getting caught. Here's the technique. Rock back onto your back foot, swivel your hips, and pull the ball with your wrists rolling over. Don't pull from your front foot, that's a recipe for disaster, because you can't generate power, and you're likely to top edge it. And here's the risk assessment. You need to know when to pull and when to duck. If the ball is at your head and rising, duck. If it's chest height and sitting up, pull. Read the field placement too, because if there's a fielder at deep square leg, you need to keep it down. Watch Rohit Sharma's pull shot that literally broke the bat. That's the power you can generate with perfect technique. Hook shot, the dangerous shot to bouncers. The hook shot is literally the most high-risk, high-reward shot in cricket. Get it right, and you're hitting 6. Get it wrong, and you're caught or hit on the head. Viv Richards was fearless with the hook shot, playing it without a helmet against the fastest bowlers in the world. The technique is to get inside the line of the ball, meaning you're moving towards the leg side so the ball is in line with your body, then hooking it around towards fine leg or square leg. Here's the advanced concept. Getting inside the line is safer than staying outside, because if you miss, the ball goes past you instead of hitting you. The physics of the hook shot is interesting because top edges actually go for 6 due to the pace of the ball. But here's the pro tip. You need to control the hook with your wrist position. Roll your wrists over and you keep it down. Don't roll them and it goes in the air. And here's when to avoid it. Read the field. If there's a fielder at deep fine leg, don't hook unless you're keeping it down. Square cut, a shot that punishes width outside off stump. Virender Sehwag destroyed fast bowlers with the square cut because he understood one simple secret: play it late, not early. Most batters see width and immediately throw their hands at it, reaching for the ball. That's when you edge it to the keeper. The key is to let the ball come to you, get onto your back foot and cut it late, with the bat angled down to keep it on the ground. Here's the difference between cutting and slashing. Cutting is controlled, with your head still and your bat coming down on the ball. Slashing is when you're reaching and your head is moving, and that's when edges happen. The common mistake is trying to cut balls that aren't short enough. If it's not short, don't cut. Simple as that. And here's a pro insight. The best batters can actually cut balls that aren't that short by using their wrists and playing it really late. Watch Brian Lara's square cut in slow motion, and you'll see how late he plays it. Late cut, the most delicate shot in cricket. The late cut requires the best hand-eye coordination because you're playing the ball so late that it's almost past you. The technique is to open the bat face at the very last moment and guide the ball fine towards third man. AB de Villiers was the master of this shot, and he could play it to balls that were on the stumps, not just outside off. That's advanced level skill. Here's the difference between opening the face and guiding with an angled bat. Opening the face means you're rotating your wrists to turn the bat face outward. Guiding with an angled bat means your bat is already angled and you're just letting the ball hit it. The pro tip is that late cutting pace bowlers is different from late cutting spinners. Against pace, you need quicker hands. Against spin, you have more time. The risk is edging it to the keeper or slips if you play it too fine or too early. Uppercut, the modern shot over the slips. The uppercut changed from a risky shot to a routine shot because of T20 cricket. Batters realise that if you use the bounce instead of fighting it, you can guide the ball over the slips for 4 or 6. The technique is to get into a side-on position, open your bat face and use the pace of the ball to ramp it over the cordon. Here's the pro insight: it works better on fast, bouncy pitches where the ball carries over the slips. On slow pitches, you'll just chip it to the fielders. The common mistake is playing it to balls that aren't short enough or wide enough. You need both height and width to uppercut safely. Leg glance, the wristiest shot in cricket. VVS Laxman had the most elegant leg glance because his wrists were so supple he could flick balls from outside off stump to fine leg. The secret is that it's all in the bottom hand. Your bottom hand does the work, turning the bat face inward and deflecting the ball fine. The technique is different depending on whether you're playing off the front foot or back foot. Front foot leg glance means you're moving forward and flicking. Back foot means you're getting back and tucking it away. Here's Dhoni's specialty. He could leg glance Yorkers by getting his bat down at the last second and using his wrists to deflect them fine. The common mistake is playing too early and missing the ball completely, getting hit on the pads. Sweep shot, the shot that disrupts spinners. Joe Root is the best sweeper in modern cricket, and here's why. He gets his head right over the ball, eliminating the risk of top edging it. The technique is to get down on one knee, bring your head over the ball and sweep it towards square leg. But here's what's crazy. You can actually sweep fast bowlers. Yes, it's possible. Some batters have swept medium pacers to disrupt their length. The risk with sweeping is LBW if you miss, especially if the ball is straight. That's why you need to pick the right ball, usually something pitching on, or outside leg stump. Here's the pro insight: you can sweep balls outside off stump by reaching for them, but that's advanced and risky. Watch Alistair Cook's sweep to Ravichandran Ashwin to see perfect technique. Slog sweep, the power version of the sweep. The slog sweep is about generating maximum bat speed by clearing your front leg. Chris Gale's version was different from others because he hit it flat rather than high, meaning it went for 6 but stayed low, making it harder to catch. The technique is to get down, clear your front leg out of the way, and swing through the ball with full power. Here's the pro tip: you need to pick the right ball to slog sweep. If it's too full, you'll hit it straight up. If it's too short, you'll top edge it. The sweet spot is a good length ball that you can get under. The common mistake is trying to hit it too hard and losing your shape. Paddle sweep, the touch shot towards fine leg. Tilakaratne Dilshan made this shot famous by using it when the fine leg fielder was up in the circle. The technique is different from the regular sweep because your bat is almost stationary. You're just angling it towards fine leg and letting the ball deflect off it. The advanced concept is paddling pace bowlers in the death overs when they're bowling Yorkers. You get down low, angle your bat and deflect the Yorker fine for 4. It's all about using the bowler's pace, not your own power. Helicopter shot, MS Dhoni's signature innovation. Here's the real story of how Dhoni developed the helicopter shot. He was practicing in his backyard in Ranchi, trying to hit Yorkers, and he realised that if he used his bottom hand to whip through the ball with a strong wrist snap, he could generate massive power even on the fullest deliveries. The secret is bottom hand dominance and the follow-through that looks like helicopter blades spinning. Here's the physics breakdown. The helicopter shot generates power on Yorkers because you're not trying to get under the ball. You're whipping through it horizontally, using your wrists to accelerate the bat head. The pro tip is that you can only use it on certain balls. Specifically full balls on the stumps or leg stump. If it's wide, you can't helicopter it. The common mistake is trying to helicopter everything, and that's when you get bowled or caught. Watch Dhoni 6 off Lasith Malinga in the 2011 World Cup final. That's the perfect helicopter shot under pressure. Switch hit, Kevin Pietersen's revolution. When Pietersen first played the switch hit, cricket was shocked. Some people wanted it banned because it reverses all the field placements. The technique is to change your grip mid-delivery, switching from a right-handed stance to a left-handed stance, and then playing a reverse sweep or slog. Glenn Maxwell's version is slightly different because he switches earlier and commits to it fully.
Reverse.
The advanced technique is reading the bowler to time your switch. If you switch too early, the bowler can adjust. If you switch too late, you don't have time to set up. The pro insight is that you need to practice this for hours because you're essentially batting with your weaker hand. The risk is getting bowled because you switched too early and missed the ball completely. Reverse sweep, the game changer against spin. The reverse sweep revolutionised batting against spin because it allowed batters to hit into areas where there were no fielders. The technique is to rotate your hands on the bat handle so the face points towards third man, then sweep the ball in that direction. AB de Villiers took it to another level by reverse sweeping for 6, hitting it in the air over the offside boundary. Here's the pro tip, you need to read the field placement. If there's no one at third man or backward point, the reverse sweep is a free boundary. The famous failure was Mike Gatting's dismissal in the 1987 World Cup final when he reverse swept Alan Border, top-edged it and was caught. England lost that final and Gatting's reverse sweep became a cautionary tale, but the shot has evolved from risky to routine, with modern batters playing it regularly. Scoop shot, Tilakaratne Dilshan's innovation. Dilshan invented the scoop shot by practicing in his backyard, getting down on one knee and scooping the ball over the keeper's head. The technique is to get under the ball and use the face of your bat like a ramp. Jos Buttler took it to another level by scooping 150 kph bowlers for 6.
Panova, what a shot that is. What an incredible shot, right up on our cameramen up there. Ball back, please.
The advanced concept is the difference between scooping Yorkers and full balls. Yorkers are harder to scoop because you need to get your bat under them at the last second. Full balls are easier because you have more time. Here's the pro insight, the scoop works best when fine leg is back, because even if you mistime it, it still goes for runs. The risk is getting bowled if you miss, or getting caught if you don't get enough elevation. Ramp shot, using pace to guide the ball fine. The ramp shot is different from the scoop because you're using the bowler's pace rather than generating your own power. AB de Villiers played one of the most insane ramp shots ever, ramping Dale Steyn for 6 over the keeper's head. The technique is to open your bat face at the last millisecond and use the pace to deflect the ball fine. The pro tip is that you need to read the bowler's length early. If it's full, you can ramp it. If it's short, you can't. The common mistake is trying to ramp balls that aren't full enough, and you end up edging it to the keeper. Inside-out shot, making room to hit over the offside. Virender Sehwag dominated spinners with the inside-out shot because he could hit them against the turn. The technique is to make room by backing away towards leg stump, creating space to free your arms, then hitting the ball inside-out over cover. Surya Kumar Yadav is the modern master of this shot, using it against both off-spinners and leg spinners. The advanced concept is knowing when to hit with the spin versus against it. Against off-spinners, turning in. Hitting inside-out means you're going against the spin, which is riskier. Against leg spinners turning away, you're hitting with the spin, which is safer. The pro insight is that you need to create room early so the bowler can't adjust. Slog, the ugly shot that works. Coaches hate the slog because it's not textbook, but players love it because it wins matches. MS Dhoni's version was the calculated slog, where he knew exactly when to use it based on the match situation. The technique is to clear your front leg, swing through the line and hit towards cow corner, the area between deep mid-wicket and long on. The advanced concept is knowing whether to hit to cow corner or straight. If the ball's on the stumps, hit straight. If it's on leg stump, hit to cow corner. The pro tip is that you should only slog when the match situation demands it, not just because you feel like it. The common mistake is slogging too early in the innings when you haven't seen the bowling yet. Lofted shots, hitting over the infield for 6. Rohit Sharma is one of the best 6 hitters in cricket, and here's his secret. It's not about power, it's about timing and hitting through the line. The physics of 6 hitting is about launch angle and bat speed. You need to hit the ball at the right angle to clear the boundary, and you need enough bat speed to generate distance. The advanced technique is the difference between hitting through the line and hitting across the line. Hitting through the line means your bat is following the ball's path. Hitting across means you're swinging across, and that's when you mistime it. Here's the pro insight. You don't need massive power to clear boundaries. Rohit Sharma isn't the most muscular batter, but he hits huge 6s because his timing is perfect, and he hits through the line. Remember, these shots aren't just random skills, they're weapons in your arsenal. The more you master them, the more unpredictable you become as a batter. But here's the thing, don't just practice these in the nets, you need to use them in real matches. Start with the defensive shots to build your foundation, then gradually add the attacking ones. The best batters in the world have every single one of these shots in their game, and that's what makes them unstoppable.